Inside my head or inside my brain is that part of me which keeps me sane, which helps discern between right and wrong and other things I'm gonna talk about in this song. It's time for the people to know, so now I tell them what goes on in my cerebrum and my cerebellum, the thought process that helps me get dressed, get up, and
Welcome
go
to the
school,
Mental
sit down,
Weight
and
Room,
take
where
a
we work
test.
to strengthen your brain just like you do your body. I'm mental performance coach Antoinette Daytalk, and today we're diving into something that every athlete has to deal with at some point: losing. Losing in sports, whether it's on the field, court, track, pool, or gym, can feel devastating. That deep disappointment, the sting of missed opportunities, the feeling that you could have done better, it's all part of the journey. But how do you stay emotionally balanced when things don't go your way? How do you bounce back from a tough loss and keep moving forward? Today, we'll explore how managing emotions after a setback turns failure into fuel and can actually accelerate your growth as an athlete. First, let's talk about the grief and disappointment that naturally follows a loss. It's completely normal to feel upset, to feel frustrated, or even angry after a defeat. Experiencing these red flag emotions doesn't mean you're weak, it's just part of being human and a signal that you care deeply about your performance. But if you don't manage those emotions, they can start to control you and eventually negatively impact your performance. Instead of pushing your emotions aside, acknowledge them. Take a moment to feel the disappointment, but don't let it become the defining moment of your day, your week, or your career. In those moments of grief, it's important to give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling without judgment. Once you've allowed yourself to feel the emotion, the next step is to regain control over it so they don't control you. Now let's shift the focus from the loss itself to the opportunity it holds. My son had a baseball coach who used to say, winning is the best deodorant because it covers up all the places where you stink. But on the flip side, losing strips away the cover and reveals exactly where you do stink. In other words, every setback, no matter how painful, contains valuable lessons and opportunities to see the areas that need work. The key is to reframe the loss. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as a stepping stone for growth. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? How can I use this experience, this loss, to become better? This shift in perspective is essential. When you approach losing and any setback with a growth mindset, you stop seeing yourself as a failure and instead see yourself as a work in progress, a better version of yourself after every challenge. Growth comes from embracing adversity, not avoiding it. Emotional recovery isn't just about bouncing back from a loss in the short term either. It's about building resilience for the long haul. Every time you recover emotionally from a setback, you train your brain to handle pressure and disappointment better the next time. It's like building emotional muscle. In fact, over time, you'll find the losses won't sting quite as much. You'll develop a mental toughness that comes from knowing how to process emotions quickly and use setbacks to fuel your future success. But emotional recovery isn't something you should only work on after a tough loss. It should be part of your regular mental training. Now let's talk about a few athletes who have demonstrated how to bounce back from tough losses and turn them into motivation for future victories. Take, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, widely regarded as one of the best and most successful soccer players in the world. He's no stranger to heartbreak on the field, whether it's missing a penalty shot, losing a final, or being criticized in the media. But what sets him apart is his ability to move on quickly. Ronaldo doesn't dwell on the past. Instead, he channels that energy into training harder and getting better. He focuses on what he can control: his attitude, his preparation, and his effort. Another example is tennis great Serena Williams. Throughout her career, she faced numerous losses and setbacks, including heartbreaking finals and injury struggles. But Serena's resilience comes from her ability to learn from those moments and keep pushing forward. After every loss, she asked herself, what can I improve? And used that motivation to come back stronger. These athletes demonstrate that while it's normal to feel upset after a loss, it's how you respond that defines you. Emotional recovery is about shifting from disappointment to action. So, how can you start practicing emotional control and recovery after every loss? Here are a few strategies you can incorporate into your routine. Number one, reflect without judgment. After a loss, take time to reflect on your experience. Write down your feelings, get everything out on paper. But remember, don't judge yourself too harshly. Focus on the lessons, not on the mistakes. Number two, reframe the situation. Look at the loss as an opportunity to grow. Consider the objective facts without assigning meaning or worse, judgment. Ask yourself what you can do to be better, what you can take from the experience and apply it moving forward. Shift from thinking, I lost, to thinking, what can I learn? Number three, take care of your body. Emotional recovery often starts with physical recovery. Make sure you're resting, eating well, and engaging in activities that help your body and mind recharge. Emotional resilience begins with physical well-being. And finally, number four, focus on the long term. Don't let one loss derail your entire season or your long-term goal. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture and remember that setbacks are part of the journey. Remember, losing doesn't define you. It's how you respond that sets you apart. Emotional control is one of the most important skills you can develop as an athlete. The ability to bounce back from setbacks with grace and resilience will not only make you a better athlete, but a stronger person. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a teammate or a friend. Write us a review or tap a 5-star rating. Follow us on Instagram at The Mental Weight Room Pod or on Facebook at The Mental Weight Room Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a mental workout. This is Coach Antoinette signing off, and until next time, stay resilient, stay focused, and keep pushing your limits.